y'all, I'm still on my reading kick, and I ain't coming. What Glorilla said, I came up off it. I ain't never coming up off it again. Whatever she has said, I'm on my reading, and I ain't coming up off it. Okay. Now let me ask y'all this: why would Jahquel J do that to me? So I'm reading. I was reading Can't Get Enough, right, by Ryan Kennedy. Kennedy Ryan. I always want to call it the opposite thing. Y'all don't stone me. I didn't know it was a series. Found out it was a series, and I deep dived. Read all three. Listened to all three. I'm gonna say read, y'all. Even though it's mostly on Audible. I am back in my Kindle bag, so I'm going to start reading some of my books on Kindle. But I listened to that series. While I was in the middle of, I feel like book one, yes. When I was in the middle of book one, I saw a TikTok, some girl talking about book 3 of this Jahquel series. I can't remember what the third book was called, but all of them are thanks, like fine, thanks, yes, thanks. Okay, so the girl was going on about it, so I said, oh, that kind of sound, it's giving these vibes over here. And sure enough, baby, it gave me what I needed. And I'm about to start book 3 in that series today, along with a book that I'm reading for my book club. And I'm gonna take some screenshots and I'm gonna throw them up here. Okay, so here should be. I'm just gonna show y'all all of the books that I've read so far as those series. So before I let go, what's the second book for Kennedy Ryan? This Could Be Us. And then the first book I read out of this 3-part series, Can't Get Enough. I already told y'all about that one. Y'all go read them books if you haven't. And if I know I'm late. I had fell off my reading bag, and now I'm back on. So y'all probably like, girl, we read those. But for my girls who haven't, get into it, okay? I don't know what the name of the books are. Hold on. I'm going to get the names, and I'll be right back, and then we're going. Okay, boom, y'all. I'm back. Jahquel J. I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, thanks. And Never Better, thanks. I haven't started I started Never Better, but I haven't really gotten into it. I went and looked at who it was about, and I thought that was going to be the characters that it was about. I'm very excited because I'm hoping homegirl gets her little beautiful ending for her story. When I tell y'all, it's just, first of all, I thought I didn't like romance novels, but I don't know if these necessarily fall into what you would call a romance novel. It's definitely romance. But when I tell you the sexual descriptions in these books, I'd be like, ooh, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm about to try to juggle like a few books at a time, like spend maybe an hour or two over here, an hour or two over there, an hour or two over there, so that I can mishmash. But I'm really the type of person that I like to just go through the whole thing, focus on that, be into that story, and then move on to the next. So I'm gonna try that and see how it works. If it don't work for me, then baby, we're going back to one at a time. So if the 3 books work for me, then I'm starting the Of the Colors book from my book club. I'll put the book here so y'all can see the title. I'm not gonna go look for it. If that's the case, I'm gonna restart and finish, because I think I only got to the middle of Jennifer Lewis's book, The Mother of Black Hollywood. I'm gonna listen to that. And then I'm starting book 3, the Never Better, thanks, book from the 3rd book. So this is Lenox Hill. This series is called, from Jahquel J. And when I tell y'all, I'm gonna go in and talking now about the book. If you don't want spoilers, just scroll on. If you just click off this part of the post, because now I'm about to go into a little bit of detail about each of the books that I've read thus far, and if you want to read it, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm about to get into detail just a little. And I ain't about to stay on this topic long, because I just want to tell y'all I'm enjoying my reading pleasures. And then also, if y'all don't know, I'm reading Disruptive Thinking by T.D. Jakes. I finished the book part where he's written. Now I'm about to go read these disruptive essays. What I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to finish that and read those, but I think I'm going to also start The Garden Within. I'll put that up here. I'm going to start The Garden Within, read those 10 pages as my 10 pages, and then I'm going to just slowly finish the essays in the T.D. Jakes book. So, child, I'm fine, thanks. We meet Mrs. Astoria Jacobs. I think that's her last name. Astoria Jacobs. And we meet Braylon. I think his name is Bray. We're just going to call him Bray, because that's what everybody call him. Bray Wilshire. Okay. So, Astoria is a marriage counselor, a marriage therapist in a badass marriage. Her husband ain't Ish. He cheated on her. When they first got together, he basically came in and disrupted her life, got her pregnant. She allowed herself to get pregnant, but got her pregnant. Then had a baby on her, and then got her pregnant again. She didn't know about the baby until the baby was it was after the baby was born, but she found out later, like, her baby was a couple months old, and this child is only like 6 months older than her child. He talked to her all kinds of crazy. He's very focused on this son. She has 2 daughters with her husband, and he has a son from their outside relationship. So after she found out about the baby, then it was, let's get married. So they get married. All of her family was against it. She has a best friend who's a dentist, her sister who's a social influencer, and nobody likes her husband. The kids don't even really like him, and that's their daddy. So she is very stressed because her marriage ain't shit. She's telling other people about what they should and shouldn't do in their relationships when she's their counselor, and she's very blunt as a counselor. Like, no, we're not going to pretend. We're not going to act like that. Like, she had one client who made like an emergency visit to her, who was having a meeting with her husband, and he still didn't want to stop the divorce. And she was like, well, we knew that it was a potential that he was still going to want to proceed with the divorce. Okay, boom. So her sister, so there was a trip that Astoria, her sister, and her best friend had set up, and they kept, it initially was supposed to be a couples trip, and they kept having to reschedule because of life, right? So they eventually decided, okay, this is going to be a solo girls trip. So they could no longer push the date of the trip back. Like, the people told them, like, y'all either take this trip now, this is the deadline of how far you can go back, like how far out we can reserve your trip for, and you or you lose your deposit. Okay, so they take this trip to the Maldives. They stay at this bomb ass resort. The resort is owned by the dude Bray Wilshire. He sees her, he wants her immediately. He's married, and the lady that he's married to is Astoria's new client. Astoria does not know this at all. She's counseling this lady, expecting at some point the husband is going to come to these counseling sessions. He's never comes. He has decided, when you hear his story, he has decided he's divorcing his wife. And so once he meets Story in the Maldives, he was in love, he pursued her hard, and baby, it happened. They slept together, and even like, she was keeping up this relationship all the time, still married. Her husband still just being a jerk, still being an ass. Baby, she got her millionaire. She ended up getting pregnant, and it's a beautiful story. I have taught this full time. I really can't get into all the details about, yeah, thanks. But definitely read that series, y'all. Why are we stopping? Definitely read that series. It's really good, and it's very much worth it. What they doing? I don't know, but my light was green. Anywho, y'all have a good one.